Packers OTAs will wrap up today, so we're going to take a look back over the last couple of weeks and give you 3 players that have been standing out for Green Bay. If you don't know, here is the schedule for the Packers offseason. They started on May 27th last week. They end today, probably while you're watching this. They're out there on the Packers field. Then June 10th through 12th, mandatory minicamp starts back up, and then they get about a month off and come back in July 23rd. That is when training camp begins. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm trying my best not to get drunk off of the OTA Kool-Aid, okay? Because it's really hard not to. You see every highlight. You hear about every player. Everybody is in the best shape of their life. And it's easy to get overly excited. So I'm trying to tamper down the expectations, but also at the same time, this is the only thing we have currently to get us until September, until they're actually playing football. So at the same time, it's okay to be excited about these things because this is just where we are in the off season. Speaking of the off season, the Jets report has officially challenged us to a race to 7,000 subs. And we've talked about Patrick Seatman before. Unfortunately, he hit this sub battle yesterday on his video, and it became a little bit personal. Here's what he had to say.
Help us get the 7K subs before the Packers report does. I'm begging for your guys' help. Joey's been driving me up a wall.
Do you hear that, guys? He is begging them. Begging! He's desperate, he's scared, and he knows we are right on their heels. I don't care if you hate the Jets, if you love the Packers, if you love free things on YouTube, and if you want this to be the best and fastest growing channel on this platform, do me one big favor. Let's catch up to the Jets by you guys hitting that sub button. All right, let's start with the OTA standouts. Up first is one Mr. Jayden Reed, and we knew this right after they drafted Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, but I think Reed has made it even more apparent through OTAs that he's not just going to hand over the reins to Matthew Golden. Sure, this was the first time they selected a wide receiver in the first round in 2 decades, but that doesn't mean that the team's current best receiver in Jayden Reed is just going to say, you know what, I'll just let that guy take my job. They spent a high draft pick on him. Here we go, it's for you. Because it seems like he's been all over the field. And I don't want to say also that he's taking it personally and that he's like not being a leader to Matthew Golden. I just think he's showing up and he's showing out and he's performing very, very well. This was from Tuesday's practice, the last open media practice that they had. Rob Demovsky tweeted out the best play in OTAs we've been allowed in. Jordan Love with a perfect placement on a 30-yard teardrop to Jayden Reed for a touchdown over Kalen King. He's been really, really great. Every single tweet I've seen, every single highlight I've seen, it looks like it's him who's getting the ball from Jordan Love, him who's making the plays, him who's catching those touchdown passes. And I think that's wonderful news that he's taking a positive step in the right direction because did you know that Jayden Reed ranks in the 10th percentile for drop percentage against man coverage? And if you know anything about statistics, when you're talking percentiles, you want to be towards the top, not towards the bottom. The good thing is he knows this is a problem. He spoke to me the other day and said, drops was a problem for me last year. I've been on the jugs machine every day this offseason. Obviously, that will help. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm really excited about Matthew Golden, and I think he's the future at this position for Green Bay. But I still expect Jayden Reed to lead this team in receiving yards this year. I still expect Jayden Reed to be a massive part of this offense because I think he's fixed his biggest problem, his drop issue. Or at least I hope he's fixed his biggest problem. He sees what his biggest problem is. And so far through OTAs, it looks like he's going to take another step this next season, 2025. Who has the most receiving yards this next season? You think it's Reed, Golden, Doubs, or Wicks? You let me know your answer in the comment section down below by typing their initials. Let's go to the second OTA standout. How about Kamal Hadden? I'm sure this is a name that most of y'all didn't expect to be on this video. And shoot, I would not be surprised if it's a name that many of you guys have not heard before. But he's been playing pretty well. I think he's been taking big advantage of the absences that this team has had in cornerback, right? Zach Cruz tweeted out, Keyshawn Nixon said today that second-year cornerback Kamal Hadden is playing outstanding at Packers OTAs. A little bit of praise from somebody within your own position group. And then Andy Herman tweeted out Kamal Hadden getting some key team reps with the ones with Hobbs absent. Now, sure, if Nate Hobbs, Jair Alexander, if they were there, Kamal Hadden wouldn't be getting those one reps. Okay? I know that. I get that. I understand that. But they're not there. And he is getting them. And he's playing pretty well. He got an interception. Now, it was because of Dontavian Wicks' drop. Stop me if you've heard that before. Still, he's capitalizing. Wicks has ones go right through his hands. Hadden picks it off. Nowhere near full speed here. Wicks should have caught it, but he didn't. And Kamal Hadden made him pay for it. And finally, Ken Ingalls tweeted, Hadden definitely in the running for the CB5 spot. Was elevated twice last season. Played special teams. Whoever lands that last cornerback spot is going to need to play significant special team snaps like Ballantyne and Rochelle last season. So, do I expect him to be a mainstay in this roster? Do I expect him to be a guy that gets over 600 snaps this season? No, I don't. But he's taken a really big jump from where he was last year to this one. I mean, he's a guy that people might be expecting to make this 53-man roster. He's making plays so far in OTAs. He's balling out so far in OTAs. And let's just be real. Cornerback depth for any team is always a plus to have. But I feel like it's a little bit more with Green Bay. We know Jair Alexander has missed 20 games in the last 2 seasons. I don't think anybody would be surprised in the slightest if, knock on wood, he has to miss some games in this upcoming season, even if he is on the Green Bay Packers in 2025. So having a cornerback that you feel good about, that you can rely on, that's taken a big jump from one year to the next, is a really big deal. Coming up, we got one more player that has been money. We're going to talk about our last OTA standout in just a couple of seconds. But before we do that, make sure that you guys have clicked that subscribe button, okay? If you don't want to do it to take down the Jets, I get it. Do it if you love the Green Bay Packers, because we give you daily coverage, breaking news, and analysis. We go live for all of the games, weekly watch parties for the football season. We involve you. It's a two-way conversation, and the best part about it all, it's 100% free. There's 5 really good reasons to lock us in. Hit that sub button, and I hope you do. All right, let's talk about the third OTA standout player. It's Jordan Love, okay? And we've talked Love a good bit over the past week or so. And I want to start with a little bit of a reminder that, sure, OTAs is set up for quarterbacks to succeed. OTAs is set up for quarterbacks to look good. They're in shorts. They really don't have anybody coming down, the pipe at them. It's a little bit lackadaisical, but Jordan Love still looks phenomenal. And I know every single one of you guys saw this video on Twitter yesterday. We can't play the clip, but Jordan Reed's in the pocket, throws a deep ball, perfect spiral the whole way, and then hits Jayden Reed in stride. And it just gave me chills. Like, seriously, I cannot wait to be watching that guy throw the football fully healthy in 2025. And he's looked phenomenal so far through the last week and a half. Here's Bill Huber on the quarterback. The deflection by Edgerrin Cooper was one of the few passes thrown by Jordan Love that hit the ground. Looking at 7-on-7 and 2-minute drill, Love was a combined 17 of 20 passing. The 3 incompletions, Cooper's deflection, a low throw to Bo Melton, and a throwaway. He's had a ton of highlights, like we talked about off the top of the show. A 30-yard teardrop touchdown to Jayden Reed. In that 2-minute drill, he led them to a touchdown, 75 yards throwing, went 6 for 7. He hit a really pretty shot to Doubs, just clearing the outstretched arm of King. Also, a gorgeous ball to Luke Musgrave up the seams on 7-on-7s. And I'm not going to apologize for getting excited about how well that Jordan Love is throwing the football. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying MVP season is on the way just because of what he's doing in shorts and a practice jersey without pads on. But I think at the same time, we could still be happy, we could still be excited by the fact that he looks really, really good. Would you rather be out here saying, oh man, Jordan Love looks terrible, Or Jordan Love looks great. I get it. There's no pads. It's not crazy competition right now. But that doesn't mean you can't be happy about it, okay? So I don't want anybody in the comment section saying, Joey, what are you talking about? There's no real stiff competition. It's OTA, blah, blah. I don't care. What if he sucked during this period? You take that seriously. I think we can take it a little bit happy, a little bit serious, that he's playing real well. You guys tell me down below in the comments section, will Jordan Love be an MVP finalist in 2025? Give me a yes, give me a no, let me know your answer. And also, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. I just crossed 900 followers. Shout out to every single one of you guys who is one of those 900. We are now on the road to 1,000. Could appreciate your help. You can find my Twitter in the links down below in the comment section. And also, make sure you guys are subscribed. We do this thing daily. Only Green Bay Packers here, and we'll see you next time.